we're going to learn how to round using the example 6,825,693. To round the nearest tens, that digit in question is a 9. The next digit over is a 3, which is not bigger than 5, so the number will not round up. It will stay the same. 6,825,690. Use a 0 to hold the place. That's round the nearest tens. To the nearest hundreds, we would be looking at the digit of the 6. Because the next digit over is a 9, that's going to round the 6 up by 1. So it becomes 6,825,000. 6 becomes a 7. And there's 2 zeros to hold the place after the digit in question. Thousands. Thousands position is the 5. The digit to the right of that is a 6. So it becomes 6,826,000 because the 6 rounds the 5 up by 1 and 3 zeros to hold the place. 10,000s, that's the 2 digit. The next digit over is a 5, and the rule is 5 or greater, it rounds up. So 6,800,000, in fact it'll be 830,000, with zeros holding the place of all rounded digits. 100,000s, the position is the 8. The next one over is a 2. Doesn't matter what's after the 2, it's only the 2 that you're looking at. The 2 will not round it up, so it's going to remain 6,800,000. The bigger the number, the bigger the rounding, the more difference you would see in the actual value of the number. And millions, the position of the million is the 6. Because the next one over is an 8 greater than 5, it becomes 1 up, so 7 million. So of course, if it was money, you were discussing your win in the lotto, you'd be saying approximately 7 million. If you're talking about to the nearest 100,000, you'd be saying 6,800,000. If you're getting more specific, 6,830,000, and so on. Okay, after the decimal, the digits go tenths, which is the 3, hundredths, which is the 5, thousandths, which is the 8, and 10,000ths, which is the 4, and so on. 100,000ths, etc. When you're asked to round the nearest tenths, that means I want you to round to the first place after the decimal, or first place after the decimal. Tenths, because the digit after the 3 is a 5, it will round up to 4.4. You do not need to place zeros after those digits because you don't need to hold the place before the decimal like you did with whole numbers. You can put that in if you want. Doesn't change the meaning of the number. It's better to keep it simple. If you don't need it, don't write it. 4.4 is perfectly acceptable. Hundredths, you're looking at the 5 position. Since the next one over is an 8, it's going to round it up. It becomes 4.36. And that's also referred to as rounding to the nearest cents. So in a question, if you're asked around the nearest cents, that's the same thing as saying 2 places after the decimal, which is, of course, money. That if you put a dollar sign in front of that, that would look like a cost of an item at Timmy's or something. Thousandths, that's the 8 position. In our example, there's nothing after the 8 that has the power to round that up because it's less than 5. So it's going to remain 4.358. Know your values of your digits. Tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 million, 100 million, trillion, and so on. Memorize those. And the same thing for after the decimals. Memorize your place values.